Good morning and welcome to another edition of Outsider Genie, where we will be looking at the race meeting today from the Kenilworth track, the summer course, today the 13th of April. Before we start looking at the form and the betting, just a few things. If you want to receive this video at a regular, every day, click on the subscribe now button, ring the bell, and you'll be notified every time that we post a video. And we are also available on social media. And I also want to introduce you Dr. Genie. He's ready to help you with your punting problems. More about that just now. Then if you want to subscribe to Outsider Genie, we have a few packages available. If you subscribe now till the end of April, it will cost you 300 Rand. Our normal package is 500 Rand if you sign up now, and then you get selections from now till the end of May, 500 Rand. And then a 6-month package till the end of December will put you back 1100 Rand. And that package you'll receive all the selections, including all the big races during Gold Circle season, including Vodacom Durban July, that will only be available to subscribers. Then, if you subscribe, what do you get? You get our box of Tech Touch, which are doing well. I'll show you now as an example. 2 daily all to come. Some of them comes in at good prices. Race by race selections, we give you outright winner and 2 possible outsider selections. I just want to mention that Outsider Genie is not a tipster. We do form analysis, and by doing the form analysis, I give you outsiders that you can add into your own play and thereby collecting the bigger dividend should those outsiders arrive. We give you a best bet of the day. Yesterday, our best bet won again. We give you each way, also decent each way. Yesterday, all of our, both our each way came in. I will also elaborate on that just now. Then we give you suggested trifectas and quartet selections, which I'm also going to show you now what happened yesterday. We give you affordable PAs and pick sixes. Then I just want to quickly mention Dr. Genie. If you're battling with your punting, then see the Dr. Genie is there to help you. You see, are you one of the many punters out there who are tired of losing, tired of constantly picking the wrong horse, tired of not being able to find the outsiders to catch the bigger payments? If your answer is yes, then then you need Dr. Genie. If you are sick, you see your doctor. If you want legal advice, you see your lawyer. If you are losing on punting your horses, you see Dr. Genie. Recently, I had a lot of requests from punters battling to win, to give them advice on how to improve their punting. So therefore, I've started this unique sessions where I will spend 50 minutes with you on a personal level via Zoom call. In this session, you can discuss whatever you want, and I will advise you to the best of my ability. We can talk about your betting strategy, how to punt to win, how to use computer form, formulating your bets, how to find outsiders, learn more about handicapping, any other question you might have. So you can come to me, listen, this is what I do, what do you suggest? And then I'll spend 50 minutes with you and see how I can help you improve your punting. I truly believe that such an appointment will benefit you greatly in your punting. I will also record this meeting and will receive the recording in order for you to rewatch should you want to listen again to some of the matters discussed. The cost for this is only 250 Rand paid in advance. Then as a bonus, I will also give you the following. You will receive 30 days free daily form analysis, document punt to win, price list, the information I give you there. I can't put the price on that. A video how to read computer form, 100 Rand. Video how to use computer form to find outsiders, 100 Rand. In the total value, you pay 950 Rand and you only pay 250. Yesterday morning, 8 o'clock, I saw my first patient, and this is what he reported. I gave him some advice, and he followed this advice, and this is what he says. I booked a session of Dr. Genie today, and I'm already in the profit for 100 Rand outlay. I picked up 700 Rand. He gave me a lot of insight on how to play for constant profits. The session was an eye-opener for me. I urge you all to book a session with Dr. Genie. I've been in racing for a long time and no tipster come close to Dr. Genie. Thanks, Otto. So if you want to make a booking, send me a message on 083 585 5133. Then I want to take you back to yesterday. yesterday we had a good day. First of all, in the second race, our best bet of the day, Iron Henry won. And then the race 3, I want to quickly show you what our selections was on race 3 yesterday. There we go. Our selections was 6, 5, and 7, and then my suggested for the exacta was 1, 5, 6, and 7, and the trifecta 1, 3, 5, 6, 2, and a quartet 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 10. So here's the result: 1, 7, 6, 5. If you took that 4 numbers I suggested for exacta and you put them in a quartet, you would have caught 11,000 Rand for an outlay of 24 Rand. The trifecta paid 353 Rand. The exacta paid 73 Rand. Man, if you caught that 10 times or so, you would have been in the money, absolutely. So, can please bring me any tipster in South Africa? Any tipster, I urge you, please bring it on, that gave you results like this. And then just to follow up, in the 4th race, I give you for my outright selection, not even outsider selection. The horse that I remember, the outright selection is the horse that I think will win the race. I gave you guys Cruise Along. He lost by a nose. But remember, when it's a value, and I also was my value bet. If it's a value bet, you mean you play wins and places. So if you put places on number 1, you would have collected 10 Rand a place. Now, please bring me any tipster in South Africa that tips you a horse that pays 10 Rand a place. Please bring it on. I want to see them. Because there is nobody. There is nobody that can find outsiders like Outsider Genie. And I'm not bragging. It's a fact. There is nobody that can find outsiders like Outsider Genie. So let's have a look at Kenilworth today, where we're going to kick off with the first 2 races, which are baby races, juveniles, which I don't do selections on, but I'll give you the betting. Here we start with a 5 to 10 shot Ravensford in race 1 over a 1,200 meter maiden juvenile plate. El Swagger 5 to 2, 7 to 1 Master of Time, Green Village Vigilante 8 to 1, 20 to 1, and better the rest. Second race, 15 to 20, another short favorite, Quintus Light, 15 to 20, 9 to 2 Comedy of Manners, 9 to 2 Greywood Pink, 8 to 1 Given Shay, 14 to 1 Seeking Peace, Trip to Island, 22 to 1, and better the rest. Here we have race number 3 of 1,200 meters, 11 to 10 Irene's Morning, His Choice 12 to 10, Ford Red 7 to 1, 12 to 1 Master of Power, Brave Tiger 25 to 1, and scratch numbers 4 and 5, leaving us with 5 runners. So let us have a look here at race number 3, where my selection, it is not a lot of talk. My selection is number 1, His Choice. This horse is improving. Last time out, he won on Durbanville against Bernie. On his coconut, Grant van Niekerk was on board. And I just feel, but unfortunately, this 3-year-old is now carrying 62. But I mean, he's got the merit rated of 98. And I did see he was penalized 8 points for his last win. You know, sometimes I think the handicapper just goes a little bit overboard. And I do feel that his biggest opposition will be number 2, Irish Morning, who also won well last time out in the 76 C division. And there's also in with a huge chance. I think the race will be fought out between these 2. I'm not going to dwell on the other runners. So let's move on to race number 4, where we have a maiden plate over 1,400 meters. And here's the betting as follows. Number 1, Happy Aristocrat 15 to 20. Grand Escape 5 to 1. Tara Itai 6 to 1. Freedom Park 9 to 1. Base Space 16 to 1. 16 to 1 Smile at the Sunset, and 22 to 1 and longer the rest. So here in race 4, my first selection is the favorite, number 1, Happy Aristocrat. I really believe that Happy Aristocrat is going to do good for this field, has been running well. Grant van Niekerk is a top jockey in the Eastern Cape. He's on board, and I've got no hesitation in recommending number 1, Happy Aristocrat, although short in price. And then for outsider selections, you can look at number 2, Tara IT. I think this horse is also ready to improve and can sorry, let me just quickly. Now I can improve race. And then my other outsider selections is numbers 4 and 5. Freedom Park, Richard Fourie on board. I think this horse, because of Richard Fourie, but it's drawn 11, is definitely a huge runner in this field. And then number 5, Ben Sway, has been running some good races here and there and can surprise of Ronald Carty, who always gives of his best to win this race. Then we can also look at number 3, Grand Escape, also Beck Crawford stable. There's always Anton Marcus on board. I don't know, didn't run a good race behind Sabina's Pajadi, but can probably be also involved when the photos are taken. So let's move on to race number 5. Let's have a look at the betting. Race number 5. Joe Love 17 to 10, Princess of Winter 9 to 2, 5 to 1, Fly to Rio, Imperial Bullet 5 to 1, Cape to Rio 7 to 1, Path to Go 9 to 1, Heimer's Winner 12 to 1, 53 to 1, along with the rest. So here in this race, my first selection is number 6, which is Path to Go. This is a go deputy by Western Winter Mare. Now I can assure you that this 1,000 meters are way too short for this horse. I would even think that the 1,400 meters might be too short. But I'm thinking this horse is going to run a very good race today. Greg Shane on board from draw 2, Path to Go is definitely the horse to follow. I think he will be the improved horse in this race. And at 9 to 10, 9 to 1, and probably going to jump around about 10 to 1, will be good value for money. You know, I spoke a lot about the in the Cape, the 400 to finish times. And I said that, sometimes these horses, they battle to finish like under 24 seconds. And so 400 to finish. Now, if you look at Path to Go, over 1,000 meters, which I think, which I deemed too short for him, he ran 23.8. Here he ran at 23.1. And I think this 1,400 meters is going to suit number 6, Path to Go. Certainly a huge runner in this race. Then outsider selections, you can have a look at number 3, which is Fly to Rio. Anton Marcus on board. I'm sure that he's going to, improve the length of 200 horse. This horse has also been running there and thereabouts. Has finished, ran over 1,400 meters once, 7 lengths behind. But this is not a very strong field. Can probably involved in a finish, as is number 4, Imperial Ballet. Also Richard Fourie. I got huge respect for this man. He can ride. He's a very good rider. Also Imperial Ballet has been ran 3 times over this distance for the 3rd and 2 fourths, can probably be involved in the placings. And then also we can have a look at number 6. We already did it, have a look at number 6. Also number 1, Joe Loves. Joe Loves has run 2 seconds and a 3rd in his last 3 runs. Nothing wrong, the horse goes to the front and then gets run out of it. And I think today there's going to be the similar thing. Path to Go is going to come from behind, run him down. So let's move on to the next race, race 6. All to come, merit rate at 74 handicap. Here the betting is as follows. Race 6, 13 to 10, T'Challa, 11 to 2, Ticket to Ride, Baltimore, Jack 6 to 1, The Bull, that 13 to 2, 15 to 2, Spring Awakening, Waterman, 10 to 1, 14 to 1, Dragon's Power. For me, the favorite is 13 to 10, but I think this race is much more open than that. It's a 1,200 meters, and here my first selection is number 3, Spring Awakening. This is a Kirari by Joshua Danza mare. This horse has, is now running in a D73, but you can see before ran in a 91 behind Speed Machine, in a future 80 behind Shinnecock, Real Gun Kick. Last time ran in Fairview behind Stranger Danger, and I think wasn't disgraced. And I also got a feeling the 1,200 meters is going to suit him now. And I like also the jockey booking Grant van Niekerk. So we'll have the two stable companions maybe fighting out this race, but from different stables, because Chala is the same ownership, but he's with Justin Snape, and also have a good chance. Last time out ran in a C Division 78 behind Captain Dizzy, and certainly Chala definitely in with a chance. For outsider selections, I went with numbers 8 and 9. 8 Ticket to Ride, also Anton Marcus. Maybe he's going to bring out a length of 200 horse. So also in with a small chance. Has been placed over this distance, but hasn't won over this course and distance. And then Baltimore Jack, Vaughan Marshall Slaber in form. Aussie Notes is getting a few winners. The horse has been placed lately and has got this course and distance 4 runs, 1 win. So certainly a horse that can be involved when the photos are taken. Then we move down to race number 7, which is a meditated 77 handicap over 2,500 meters. And this 2,500 meters in Cape Town, they have got a reputation that they can throw outsiders. Here we have Captain's World 2-1, 6 Yield Grinds, 28-10, 7-2 Let's Boogie Baby, 9-2 Super Duke, 50-2 W Ward, 12-1 number 1 Follow the Stars, 22-1 Melora, and Vision of Fame, 22-1. So here in race 7, my first choice is number 6, which is Let's Boogie Baby, Paul Fork by Jared Meir. Last time out ran over the 2,000 meters, running on 22.7, before that the 21.9. And I think this horse from the Vaughan Marshall stable, I think he has won over the 2,400 meters in Durbanville. So surely the distance is not a problem. And I think if Mabele is a little bit patient, he can place the horse nicely, let him run on, and it will be race over. I also like the look of number 7, Super Duke, who just won his maiden also over the 2-4, but it seems that this 3-year-old will appreciate the long distances, and I think from a weight of 53.5 can certainly be involved in the finish. And I also like number 2 as an outsider selection, Double Reward. Also a horse that's there and thereabouts, has run over this 2,400 meters, but a nice horse to include for the back ends of your quartets and trifectas. And I also want to look at number 5, 6 Yield Grant, a Dynasty by Taylor the Cat Mare. I'm sure this horse is family from some other good horse. I can't remember now. That broke his maiden over 2-4, then ran second behind on 2,500. And I'm thinking number 5, 6 Yield Grant also definitely an inclusion in all of your play. And we move on to race number 8, and here the betting is as follows. Number 2, Van Gogh, 2-1, Bel Ponto, 9-2, On Your Marks, 9-2, 15-2, Universal Boss, 8-1, Double Agent, Crack It Open, 16-1, A Good Year, 18-1, 18-1, Shades of Rest, 20-1, and Better the Rest. Now, when I look initially, my first choice was number 2, Van Gogh, because I went for it last time. But as I went through the race, I realized that there's more to this race than just number 2. And finally, my first selection came to number 1, Bel Ponto. And mainly because of his last run, one-way traffic, he had quite a few of these runners behind him. And it looks like this 2,000 meters will actually even suit him better. The Ideal World by Kandu Barmé. And I'm looking for number 1, Bel Ponto, to run a big race. Then number 2, Van Gogh. I do like number 2, Van Gogh. But when I look at these things, I was thinking he's drawn 11. Number 1 is drawn 3. And that's going to make a huge difference. Van Gogh last time out was there, but then he faded. Yeah, therefore my selection now, number 1. Then for outsiders, you're going to look at number 4, Universal Boss, Brett Crawford stable. This horse ran an improved race over 1,800 meters last time. And then number 5, Crack It Open. He's always a horse who's there and thereabouts, has run a couple of places. And yeah, I've just got a feeling that he might run a good race today from draw 1. And then also, there's other couple of horses. Maybe you want to pop in this horse I found here, Good Year, maybe in your quartets and trifectas. And also number 12 Exceeder. I think number 12 Exceeder is going to be an approved horse, so definitely include in all of your play. So that brings me to the end of my preview. I hope I could point you in the right direction for a few winners. And as I always say, break a leg.